Opinions, viewpoints, and beliefs presented on this program do not necessarily reflect those of the management, the affiliates and broadcast partners, or the sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Scarefest Radio, the radio you can see.
And hello and good evening, everyone, and welcome to Scarefest Television. The original broadcast date, June 17th, 2022. And I'm in a good mood tonight. I'm in a good mood for all kinds of reasons. And one of them is that I put a new live player on the ScarefestRadio.com website, and I just checked, and it's fucking working. Y'all think that's easy to do? No, it's not. It's working. I just got to remember to schedule the episodes now. But anyway, so I got that going for me. I have a great guest tonight, Mr. R.A. Mihailoff.
Hey, Wes, how's it going?
And he's happy because I said his name right for the first time he's ever heard me say it. Right? Where I said your name. What? I said your name right for once.
You're getting good at it, Wes. You're getting real good.
I tend to use the Kentucky pronunciation of Mihailoff, which is, of course, Mihailoff, but I'm not going to do that because he's fussed at me enough times. And then...
Hey,
go ahead.
Let me give you a little primer on how to get it correct.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. You're old enough to remember Mikhail Gorbachev?
Well, yeah. But, you know.
Okay. Well, every stinking Russian that sees my name written down, they always go, "Oh, Mihailoff."
Yeah.
Because in Russian, it's the same name, Mihail. Mihail. Same name.
Yeah, that's exactly how I'm going to remember your damn name. All right. Anyway, and then everybody, I do want to introduce you tonight. Of course, you've met her on the show. You've seen her at Scarefest and any other Comic-Cons and stuff like that. Claire Heaney. Claire Heaney is doing her first co-host gig tonight. Quick explanation, we had her on the show last time. We ran out of things to talk about, and then she started asking questions of me and Chad, and I thought she excelled at it. So I said, you know what, let's give her a real guest and find out what the hell she does. And the only announcement, I'm going to go ahead and drop it now. We're out of vendor space, people. Vendor space is sold out. If you want a space now, you will have to go on the waiting list. I don't think we've ever done that this far out. So the Scarefest, if you were thinking about vending, good luck. At this point, all I say is good luck. Okay, let's get into the interview, alright? First of all, you owe me $3.99 because I rented Smothered.
Yeah.
and it's not going down with Death House in my list of disappointments, but they made you into such a big girl for that part.
That is a correct statement on your behalf, yes.
Okay.
I was, it's really strange, you know. It wasn't until the last couple of days of filming when I was doing an interview for the electronic press kit that I realized that character was a combination of Curly from the Three Stooges, the Cowardly Lion, and Julius the chauffeur from Beetle Bailey.
Fair enough. Now, I'm just going, the only other thing I want to ask you, okay, in the movie, I think part of the reason if they give you some bullshit name and this made you a character, I wouldn't have thought much about it. but you and Kane used your real names on screen. So I was expecting maybe an exaggerated version of yourself.
Well, that's what that was.
No, that was not an exaggerated version of yourself would whip my ass in the parking lot.
Oh, hey, first of all, you, of course, noticed my little dog.
Oh, yeah.
I should have gotten an Academy Award for that role. Pretending that I liked that dog.
That particular dog.
I did not like that dog, and that dog did not like me.
Well, was it just a personality conflict, or was he a prima donna? Tell us why you didn't like the dog already.
He was just an untrained dog, you know.
He's just a fucking dog. Okay.
Yeah. But
at least you never have to see it again. At least it's never gonna come back in your life. It's like,
what?
It's not, at least it won't come back in your life. Like it's one and done. Like you'll never have to see it again. He's probably only got a couple.
I got to let you know a little secret. We had so much fun making that movie that we were actually hoping we would do a sequel, or a prequel.
Did the dog die in the movie?
A dog does die.
Not the douchey dog.
not Fritter. So, actually, there is a dog that gets shot accidentally.
Oh no! Like that's not good.
And then his owner gets shot as well accidentally.
Okay, now that's going to keep me up all night, Ari. We're going to actually just take that movie. No, don't do a sequel. I can see a prequel, but part of the problem I had with it was so much of the information that would have let us understand what was going on was dropped later in the movie. Now, there's times that works. I just didn't feel like this was one of those times. Sorry.
Well, Wes, I have to tell you that there was a massive re-edit on that. And I think that's where the storyline got jumbled.
I can see that, because then they went in and added the little dialogue cards, if you will.
But I got to tell you, it was so much fun working with the lovely and talented Kane Hodder, the excellent Bill Moseley, Dandy Don Shanks, Malcolm Mucci Denar, and to be with John Bo Duke Schneider writing and directing the thing, it was so much fun.
That to a great degree, that's why I compare it to Death House. It had like my wish list of people in it, and then it just Anyway, Claire, over to you. Oh God, her internet froze right when I tossed to her. Shit. Oh. There we go. Okay, now you're back. Okay.
There's Claire.
Okay. All right. So I watched slasher.com.
Yes.
And so did Wes, which was not prepared. We just equally watched it. So I mean, it looked like a lot of fun to make and to do. So can you maybe tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I can. When I was first approached, I didn't want to do that movie. And so I put up every kind of roadblock I could to discourage them from hiring me. But they met all my requirements, and they called my bluff. So I went out and did the movie and I think I have fun whenever I work. Whenever I'm in front of the camera, I just love it. So, and it turned out to be a fantastic experience. Made some really good friends. What I like about that movie, it takes every horror trope, flips it on its head, and then flips it back again. And that's what I liked about it. And Claire's frozen.
Oh, we lost her for the moment. Yeah, go to that screen until she gets back. Then the part be flipped. Oh, well, we'll go with this. Yes, for some, the person in this room that should have the good internet, is having trouble. But anyway, so, well, I'll just pick up on that. I also watched, Slasher.com. That movie, there she comes back, I really liked, although I'm calling bullshit on you not wanting to do that movie. I figured you did it for free.
What'd you say? Wes, what time is, have you been drinking already?
We'll talk about it when it's my turn again. I'm just going to say there were certain scenes in it that I just know you enjoyed. I just know it. Anyway, Claire.
Well, it has my favorite all-time kill in it.
I missed everything. So are we still talking about Slasher.com?
Yeah, so we're still, yeah.
Else?
Oh, but I got it. Okay, well, what was your favorite kill?
When I killed that hippie, that pot-smoking hippie.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
I didn't see the purpose of him.
Huh?
I feel like they put him in for like just gore effect, just for you to kill something in the meantime, like a little intermission kill. Like, cause I'm like, where did he come from? Like, he's just sitting out there.
Well, I don't even remember where it was, what position it was in the movie, but it was beautiful, you know. Yeah. There's a hippie squatting on my property smoking pot while I'm chasing somebody through the woods to kill, and he offers me, "Hey man, you want a toke?" You know. So I snatch him up, I break his back, yeah. I throw him on the ground, I kneel down on his broken back and stick an ice pick up through his head. So that was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it looked like it was just a lot of fun to film. It looked like it was pretty much a fun cast. Like Mama, like she seems like she was fun. I don't know.
Yeah, it was. It was really fun.
It had nothing to do with naked young ladies running around the set. Nothing to do with it.
Were there naked women?
My God, Ari, you felt one of them up.
Yeah.
I did?
Not Ari. Yeah. Unless it was his prosthetic hand or something. Yeah, you did, dude.
Oh, wait a minute. You mean the woman that played my wife?
No, your daughter. Your daughter.
Yeah. And everybody, now this was not, yeah, we'll use quotation marks.
I felt her up.
Yeah, as you're mourning over here, like, oh yeah. No, and then just boob grab.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess they weren't that memorable.
Oh, tell me.
I'll have to rewatch it.
See, that's, I thought that was in the script, and that's when you said, yeah, I'll do it, you know. Anyway.
No, that wasn't in the script.
Well, then. That was one of those
improvised.
That was a happy accident.
No, one they practically had to peel you off. Anyway. Oh, okay. We've made it to the 15-minute mark. We'll come back and talk more about these and more stuff that he's working on. Everybody will be back with more STV in just a minute.
Everyone is talking about CBD oil, and it seems like almost everyone is using it. The research is ongoing, but the apparent health benefits are overwhelming. If you're going to use CBD products, though, what brand should you buy? First, find out where the hemp was grown. Imports are flooding the market. How potent is it? Look for a brand that plainly states its concentration on the label. And look for full-spectrum CBD. This means the oil contains CBD and all the other cannabinoids, terpenes, and nutrients that are found in the entire cannabis plant. Look for Blue Leaf CBD oil. Blue Leaf Naturals is a Kentucky proud company. They use only Kentucky-grown hemp, supporting Kentucky farmers and businesses. Visit their website at blueleafcbd.com now and use the code SMILE at checkout for free shipping.
And welcome back, everybody, to Scarefest TV. And for the record, I mispronounced I say cannabinoids in the commercial, and it's cannabinoids because I'm just going to make the assumption that somebody somewhere got a good laugh out of it. But anyway, they are a great sponsor, been with me a long time. Blue Leaf Naturals, check them out online or at many of the local holistic shops. Well, let's keep talking. We're having a good time here. Let's keep talking about slasher.com. Now, my only real critique of that movie was, and I was talking to Claire about it, I think they picked the wrong title for the movie. I think that title made you too ready for the final scene when you find out how many psychos you can fit in a Volkswagen, I guess is the way to put it. In other words, I don't think it needed all that foreshadowing. I would have rather been surprised at the end of the movie. And I felt like that.
You weren't surprised?
No, because I knew they named it that for some reason, and it wasn't because they had you sitting there, geeking out on the internet the entire time. So,
well, what would you have
I don't know.
Wes?
I'm not a writer. I'm not a Hollywood guy. I'm just saying that wasn't it. Somebody in the chat room, give me a good title.
Yeah.
You all seen the movie. No, that I'll
It
admit.
would be something about like a spoon.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I still don't understand the attachment to the spoon in the movie. I mean, it was.
It's exciting. It's that's the attention grab. I don't know. That was my biggest takeaway.
But great kill scenes. I thought the movie itself, whoever came up with the idea, and the execution was good. The idea was good, but I just felt like there was the way the movie had to start, because that was the name of it. Then we get out with the family, of which you are the patriarch. That and it's kind of, if nothing else, it was, you all did not seem overly internet savvy.
Well, I don't think it was us. I think it was the young man played by Ben Captain.
Right.
He was the internet.
But I'm saying he was the only fish left in the barrel. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So anyway, it's water into the bridge. You can't change it now, but compliments ever, and it's either on Pluto or Tubi. I think it's on Tubi. So everybody, you can stream that if you haven't seen it. Slasher.com. And like I said, it's
Yep.
And everybody do screenshots and send them to RA of him fondling that young lady.
Put it in your portfolio, on your resume. Like, this is me.
Wouldn't be the first. Hey, it wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. You're on a good roll.
The only surprise in it I can't talk about because that would be a spoiler, and I don't like doing all-out spoilers. So there. So see what a good guy I am. But no, that was a fun movie. Now going back to the other movie, Smothered. What? Did they give you a choice of using your real name or not using it? Or I guess because I'm a convention guy and I get to see you guys, seeing Kane use his real name, and it is really, I would say, a version of Kane. Then seeing you, but then Bill, although now they do use the first name Bill, but it's not Mosley in the movie. The other characters, are all named. So I was wondering why. I guess, did they actually say why you guys use your real name, and he doesn't, or is that just part of the script?
Wes, that discussion never came up. Just, that was a movie I was very eager to work on because of who was in it, because of who wrote and directed it. You know, and I never really thought about it.
Well, I mean, I was excited to see it. It had the description of it. It sounded like a lot of fun. It sounded like it made sense. And I will say now, here is whoever was in charge of the special effects. That movie had some awesome practical effects on the kills and the close to kills.
Well,
so
good. I will tell you one thing. All right. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Okay, you know the character Dee, and she's got a third D, but if she shows you where it's at, she's going to have to kill you.
Yeah.
That breast augmentation was prosthetic.
I could tell that. I could tell.
Oh, you could?
I could. Only one time.
Okay.
Only one time, in all fairness. But they showed a close-up more of her cleavage. In other words, not the fun bags themselves. The actual cleavage. And I said, that looks kind of...
well, it was.
Okay, well, there.
It was.
But that did not take away from the movie for me. That did not. Now, if you want to get into it, you can't. If you try to smother someone with your breast, they will actually pass out first, not die. Just gonna throw that out there.
I'll have to field test that.
Yeah, I feel like you're taking away like there are definitely some people out there with that fetish. So you're killing some dreams right there, Wes.
Claire, I want to let.
I don't know
I've been hogging the conversation here, Claire. I know you've had some more questions you wanted to ask me.
Yeah. So a little bit on a side note, I was watching an interview that you had. You had quickly mentioned that you worked with Universal Studios, like at the theme park.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little about that? That just sounds fun.
I did the A-Team live action stunt show.
Wow.
And it was a lot of fun, and we made a ton of money. And I mean, we were paid very well, and met some extraordinary stuntmen, many of them who are still working in the stunt business. And I got beat up at the height of the season, at the height of the summer season. I got beat up by Mr. T stunt double 8 times a day. Yeah. And you know, we used a lot of weapons. So we used Ruger Mini 14 223 caliber with 30 round banana clips, magazines, excuse me, clips. That's not the correct term. 30 round banana magazines, and we would tape them. We would tape 2 together so that when you emptied one, all you did is flip it around and reload. Okay. All of us being, you know, young, tough guys and things like that. Not tough guys, but, you know, enthusiastic. We would try to see who could fire off the most rounds. And we went through thousands of them a week. Finally, the word came down from the Black Tower that we had to stop using so much ammunition. Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. You know, I learned how to stunt drive. You know, I mean, come on, I got to ride around in a 4-wheel drive Jeep, doing, you know, spins and burnouts and stuff like that. Got to fire all kinds of automatic weapons. Got to fight. You know, it was a fun job.
That is awesome.
You know, and oh, here's how I got the job. So when they opened the show, they had a gag where one of the the background, the set was part of it was a fireworks factory in Mexico. Okay, so during the height of the battle, one of my men, one of the bikers, careens off course and crashes into the fireworks factory, sets off the fireworks, and he gets blown out and lands in the back of a garbage truck. Okay, so they had two girls to do that part because they had to be a certain height and a certain weight, and it had to be, because to hit the mark, right? And the catapult was actually a jet plane ejection seat. Okay, it was so powerful it kept shearing the anchor bolts.
Wow.
Okay, so they decided to cut the gag. When they decided to cut the gag, they also decided they didn't need these little 5'2", 105-pound girls.
Oh,
So
wow.
they decided they wanted to recast with big, ugly, tough guys. Okay, and that's how I got the part. Plus,
wow.
I knew the stunt coordinator, so that helped a lot. Jim Crash Winburn, my dear friend and mentor, that helped a lot too.
Yeah.
Plus, another good friend was working for the production company. That helped too. That's how I got the original call.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
From the chat room.
Yeah, I remember. Go.
I just want to get, because if I don't throw these in, I'll forget. We do have a question. When's a biker movie with you and Emilio Riviera coming out?
I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. We finished it quite a while ago, and I got to be pretty good friends with the executive producer, but I haven't talked to him in a while, so I don't know what the status of that is. I hope it comes out because it's a really good movie, and Emilio's back. He's back as the national president of the Mayans. Oh, you don't watch.
No.
You don't watch.
I'm assuming that's a biker gang, but
that's big news, Wes. He retired last season, or the first season. He retired from the club and went to work for the drug lord Galindo. Okay, he was the national president of the Mayans Motorcycle Club. Okay, and I figured out why though. Why he had to retire. Because the mother chapter of the Mayans is in Northern California. Okay. The Mayans TV series, and the Mayans were one of the main antagonists in Sons of Anarchy. The Mayans TV series is set in Southern California and focuses on a prospect. Okay. The chances of a Southern California prospect being in close proximity to the national president in Northern California are extremely unlikely. You follow me?
okay, yeah, makes sense.
No, you don't. You don't follow.
Well, I don't, but I mean,
so
I can do
they
math in my head.
Huh?
I said I can do math in my head, though.
Yeah, well, but yeah, Emilio was a great guy, and he was, great to work with, man. And look forward to seeing him again and working with him again.
Now, just is that the Fourth Horseman, or no, or Rat?
No, it's called Ride Hard. Live
Okay, well,
Free.
see that it's showing on your IMDb. Okay, I thought of that too, but it's actually showing finished on your filmography.
Yeah, it's finished.
Well,
So, do you ride for fun at all?
Say that again.
Do you ride as a hobby, for yourself, that's just on your personal time? ride
Do
motorcycles.
Do I ride motorcycles?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Oh
That's
yeah.
cool.
I you know, I'm not an outlaw by
Yeah.
any means, but I'm pretty serious about the lifestyle.
Yeah, wind therapy. It's real.
What?
Wind therapy.
Wind.
Yes.
Yeah, wind therapy.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll get back to it. I got a couple more questions in the chat room. Need to pass on. No announcements tonight, so don't be expecting that anybody who pulls me to the clock, but we'll be right back.
Spirit Mechanics is here to help. Their background includes many different specialties across the metaphysical spectrum, including alchemy, shamanism, Celtic witchcraft, angelic magic, astral travel, and more.
With over 30 years combined experience in the group, you can be confident in their ability to help. If there is a question you have that you cannot answer, they will do their best to assist you.
Metaphysics can be intimidating, confusing, and unfortunately, abused. Spirit Mechanics takes pride in being selfless in the pursuit of helping others, being humble and honest with their clients about their questions, and lastly, maintaining a professional and personable atmosphere. They want you to feel as you are coming to a close friend, and they will do everything in their power to make you comfortable and safe.
And welcome back, everybody, to Scarefest Television. Couple of quick ones from the chat room. Okay, we asked that one. No, it scrolled up. My producer wrote it down.
And you won't be able to read my handwriting.
Yes, I can, because I remember the question. Someone in the chat room, Ryan, wonders what experiences you had in your previous films that helped you with the current role of killing hippies.
Well, I did a movie where I carried a chainsaw. That was very helpful.
I would say, okay, when you killed the hippie, I would say that character was written in there just to give, because every horror movie, you gotta have somebody that you want killed. And he was just an annoying little bitch. That's just all it was to him. So I, in other words, I think you were justified in that one. Plus, he was trespassing. So.
Yeah.
Now here's a good question. If given the chance, would you reprise your Leatherface role?
Oh, absolutely, without doubt. And I will say this publicly for the first time. The only reason I don't walk to the nearest brick wall and bang my head till my brains spill out, because I wasn't even seen for the Netflix chainsaw picture. Wasn't even seen for it. I was the perfect age. They shot it in Bulgaria. Guess where my grandfather came from? Bulgaria. It was a big budget movie. It would have been a nice payday. Make me the second person to play the role twice. Probably would have gotten signed for at least one more sequel, and if not two. It would have been a tremendous thing, and I was completely ignored, and it really bothers me. And like I said, the only thing that keeps me from walking to the nearest brick wall and banging my head is the fact that, as far as I can tell, I haven't seen the movie, but as far as I can tell, no other chainsaw alumni of any of them was in the Netflix film. So maybe there was, I don't know, maybe there was some kind of conscious idea to have no connections to the previous ones. So, anyway, yes, the short, that was the long answer. The short answer is yes, absolutely. I would do that role again anytime.
I do. Okay, I'll admit that even if you didn't, which, like you said, you were the perfect age and everything for the role, but I think that if you're going to do a sequel or whatever they call that, a restart, whatever it be, I think paying homage to the original source material with cameos. I mean, my God, Lou Ferrigno was in the Hulk movie. I mean, you know.
Right.
And so, yeah, you know, I think it's something fans. I'll put it this way: I think it helps bring in some of the old fan base if they know that character.
It brings in, and then it sheds light for new people. Like I remember like watching stuff, you know, when I was in teens, and I'm like, who is this person? It's like, you know, like, and like it's just that like maybe 2-3 minute, you know, couple liners. And then my dad would kind of clue me in on stuff, or like older friends. So it's smart.
Yeah, well, I truthfully, I wouldn't have done a cameo if it was offered. It's either Leatherface or nothing.
Well, at least then we would have known you were axed, though.
Huh?
It would have still been nice to have been asked, though, wouldn't it?
I would have liked to gotten in the room.
Yeah.
You know, gotten in the room, and then you know, if they met me and didn't like me, that's a different story. But to be completely over, you know, passed over for the part, that's killing me.
Well, they don't know you like I do.
Well,
although maybe they saw the one I keep forgetting the name of, Smothered. Maybe they saw Smothered.
No. I don't know what happened, but anyway, yeah. So
okay, we got another one from the chat room. What gets you in the mindset of being the killer? Do you have any rituals to get yourself in that mindset?
Rituals?
No.
No.
No. For me, a lot of performance is informed by the wardrobe, by the makeup, by the props. You know, when I was in acting school, one of my instructors, you know, gave us a little lecture one day about how all of those things influence your character. You know, at that time he wasn't talking about horror movies; he was talking about Shakespeare. You know, when you go from wearing you know, sneakers and cut off jeans and a t-shirt, and you enter the theater and you start to put on your Elizabethan wardrobe, you know, with the tights and the, you know, all the cod piece and, you know, that ruffle things that they wore back then. That starts, you know, I mean, you put on your, you know, your rapier sword because you're in Romeo and Juliet, and you're going to have a big sword fight in the beginning. That all starts to inform your performance, because you no longer can, you know, plop down on a chair and, you know, pull the handle back and, you know, rest. I mean, you've got to start moving different, right? You know, and so by and transpose that mindset to a horror movie. You know, I had a leg brace in number 3. Well, that influenced how I walked. Carrying a big chainsaw influenced how I walked or how I moved. Wearing the mask, you know, I mean, come on, I don't know if anybody realizes this, but I don't wear a mask in real life very often. So all that stuff, those different layers, you know, they help you leave the mundane world and sink into the fictional world. But as far as deep psychological things, nah.
That's good.
Okay.
That's reassuring.
I want to tell an anecdote that I heard about Laurence Olivier, and we all know who Laurence Olivier is, right? he was on some talk show, and they asked him about the scene where he drills Dustin Hoffman's teeth, and Lord Larry, you know, it's been a long time since I've heard it actually, but they asked him about how he prepped for that scene, you know, and then he asked him about how Dustin Hoffman, you know, how it was to work with Dustin in that scene, and Lord Larry goes, well, you know, Dustin came onto the set that day to film that scene, and he was an absolute mess. His hair was stringy, he was filthy, his voice was hoarse, and I said, Dustin, my boy, what happened to you? And he goes, Lord Larry, I've been up for 5 days in a row. I've been running in the rain, screaming at the top of my lungs to prepare for this scene. And Lord Larry looked at him and he goes, my God, boy, why don't you simply try acting?
Oh, that was cute.
So there it is.
I was gonna say drinking. I thought he was gonna be like hungover or something. that'll wear you down pretty quickly.
But you know, I mean, you can't practice killing people, you know. So you've got to use your mind. You know, you've got to embrace the willing suspension of disbelief. You know, and you know,
writing this down.
some of us, some of us have the ability to do kill somebody in a scene. Then as soon as they call cut, go over to your chair, drink your coffee, smoke your cigar, and tell dirty jokes, you know, till it's time to work again. So
let's see. We're close enough to the commercial break. Let's go ahead and hit our last commercial break of the show, everybody. We'll have Bonehead Weekly's movie review. Then we're back with a few more minutes of R.A. Mihailoff.
Horror. Movies. Fans. For. Life. On Facebook. Find us. For watch parties. For news. For memes. For friends. For life. Horror movie fans for life. Join us.
Hey, Scarefest fans. This is Joe Lewis of Bonehead Weekly with another review. One of the good things about this gig is the pay. But no, seriously, one of the good things about this gig is that the brain trust and leadership of Scarefest lets me do pretty much whatever I want within reason. So this week, I'm picking something that isn't technically a horror film, but it's the most horrific thing I've probably watched in the last 4 or 5 years. So let me give you a brief history. I was in Huntington doing a convention. I was in a hotel room by myself, first time in a year, which was amazing. But I found that I didn't know what to do with myself after 11 o'clock and a few. So they had HBO Go, and I have HBO Max here. And why I decided to do it there, I have no idea. But I turned on a miniseries that I know won a lot of awards in 2019 when it came out. And it was everything I hoped it could be and more. It's called Chernobyl. It's a miniseries based on the Chernobyl disaster that happened in 1986, April 1986, at the Chernobyl power plant in Soviet Russia. I couldn't imagine a better cast, even though none of them bothered to do Russian accents. They're all British. They all do British accents because they're British. None of them bother to try to speak in Russian a lot. Superbly directed, superbly acted, wonderfully written. And I watched the first episode. I had to do the next episode the next morning because I fell asleep. And I just breezed through the first. There's only 5 episodes, and it's on HBO Max. If you have HBO Max, it's 5 episodes, a little over 5-hour commitment. I can barely remember it. I was 8 years old. And the atrocities of what these people at Chernobyl suffered, of what the firefighters, the first responders suffered, no one would say we had a meltdown and evacuate. It's tough if you have kids. It's tough if you love anyone. It does a good job of not being too punch in the face, especially with some of the children thing, and it'll kind of pan away because you got to remember all these people were affected by radiation. They radiated, and they're uncertain just over the generations how many people it did affect. We know of the hundreds that died within just the first few months. So Chernobyl melts down, and the miniseries is about the meltdown, but it's really about how the people around it investigate it. Main character is Valery Legasov, and I'm not saying it correctly, played by the great actor Jared Harris. Stellan Skarsgård is in this, Emily Watson. Like I said, everyone's superb, and we follow the main scientist as he investigates to see what happened and then what the fallout is. It is horrifying and is heartbreaking, and to me it is a horror film in the sense of this happened, and it could happen anytime to any of us. Probably you don't live next to a nuclear reactor, but there are several. This isn't pro or con, this isn't political. It's just this happened. Probably should take note of how we should not let this happen again. It's based on the voices from Chernobyl, different people doing their different oral histories. Directed by a guy named Johan Rink, who had to look up, and he's a music video director, but he'd also directed The Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, fantastic. It is written by a guy named Craig Mazin. He wrote Scary Movie 3, Scary Movie 4, The Hangover Part 2, The Hangover Part 3, a bunch of crap that Rocket Man with Harlan Williams. You've got to check out Chernobyl. There's a little bit of gore, but it's just so sad, but it's so well made, and it's horrific, and it's terrifying. I just can't recommend it enough. I know it's not quite a horror film, but in a sense it is. It was a horrific tragedy. So check out 2019's Chernobyl, all 5 parts on HBO. This has been Joe Lewis of Bonehead Weekly.
Over to you, Claire.
Oh, I thought we were going to know the question.
Well, you did. I thought you might have remembered the question. Okay. Let's see. What was the question?
In the chat.
Oh, yeah, that was in the chat. Fan wants to know, how much fun was it fighting Kane in Hatchet 2?
That's somebody's question?
Yes.
All right. It was a stone cold blast. Okay. Adam Green wrote that part especially for me, and I have the distinction of being the first character in a Hatchet movie to fight back. And we just had a lot of fun doing it. Somehow my dressing room became sort of like the hangout for everybody. So Kane was the stunt coordinator in the movie. Our good friend Rick McCullum was the assistant stunt coordinator. So we'd always take lunch in my room, my dressing room for some reason, or end up there after lunch and hanging out. So we spent most of the day just, talking about it, deciding the flow of it, what we were going to do, and things like that. So the day we filmed it, it was good. We went pretty hard on it. Corey Neal, one of the producers, during one of the breaks in the filming, he'd been watching it on the playback monitor, and he goes, "Are you guys okay? I mean, you're really hitting hard, And yeah, we're okay. I will say one thing. Very early in the day, Kane tore his bicep insertion. Okay. And he continued to do that fight scene for the rest of the day with a torn bicep insertion, which is pretty hardcore. And he and I are very good friends. We like working together. We like hanging out together. So it was just a sublime couple of days. The whole movie was great, but working on it. But those particular days were really good, and I'm very grateful that Kane let me do the fight and didn't have me doubled. So that was the long answer. The short answer, well, I already gave the short answer. It was a stone cold blast, man.
Sounds good. Now you can ask your Halloween question, Claire.
What do I know about? What do I have to do with Halloween?
Just Halloween season.
The holiday, not the movie.
Yeah, not the movies. I don't know anything about the movies.
Oh,
yeah, holiday. Just like if you're into like just the Halloween season and do you do anything special?
I love the Halloween season. You
yeah.
know.
Are you like that crazy neighbor?
Well, I mean, I get to make appearances all over the country during Halloween.
That's awesome.
That's my it's my all expense paid vacation. I get to stay in nice hotels. I get taken out for dinner. Sometimes I freeze my ass off on the side of a mountain in Western North Carolina. Other times, I'm dripping sweat on my pictures because I'm, in Myrtle Beach.
So this is like for convention stuff that you get asked to do?
Actually, the Halloween industry is the second biggest holiday money-wise after Christmas. There are, I forget how many, I saw the figure one time, I forgot. There's like, it's either 500 or 5,000 haunted attractions in the country. And at Halloween time, many of them are fond of booking horror celebrities. So I go all over the country. Let me put it this way. Last year, I left my home the first weekend of September and did not come back until the third week of November. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's how long I didn't get to sleep in my lazy boy recliner. So, I mean, it's a very busy, but absolutely joyous time of year for me.
Do you have a favorite convention?
Well, yes, I believe I'm speaking to some associates of that.
Oh, I mean, like, this isn't like a ploy to, to make us look cooler.
Oh no, I've always said this, that Scarefest is one of the top, if not the top convention in the country. And it seems that with the recent announcement of the vendor sold out in June, I believe that would give some credence to that statement.
Comes with a lot of pressure.
As I tell the cook.
Yeah.
What, selling out?
Yeah.
The vendors?
Yeah, because now everybody, that takes away, like every week, vendor space is on sale. And now everybody's going to be going, well, what are you going to talk about now?
I don't know. But
it's not on sale.
As I tell Nicole all the time, if I ever got disinvited from Scarefest, I would perish of a broken heart.
Oh. Well, I'll just say it. So, if they ever disinvite you, you can stay at my room.
Now, if I get, let's not even bring up that specter of being disinvited. I appreciate the thought of staying at your room, but I would not be able to bear being in Lexington and not being a guest at Scarefest.
I got a booth too. Just saying. I've got a booth too. I'm just saying. I could sneak it in, they never even know. That's all I'm saying.
Well, hopefully I'll remain in Brandon and Nicole's good grace
Oh, I think
I will say, so like as a panelist, like not to make it about me, but I will say it's Scarefest has been the most inviting. Even like doing just a little teeny tiny panel.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first time they were like, "Here's a bottle of wine, you know, here's some stickers and a T-shirt." Like I'm like, most places you're like, you're lucky you got admission. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like I always have a little soft spot for Scarefest
Yes,
for sure.
and you know, some of the side things, axe killing, axe throwing with the killers.
Definitely.
You know,
Karaoke. Everyone loves karaoke.
Kane and I were supposed to do karaoke last year, but that didn't work out. So hopefully we'll be able to do it. We're going to do a duet.
Well, we have reset the schedule this year where you will now not. Last year, the wasn't that? Yeah, that was two things that went on about the same time. And now this year, I think they've separated the nights on me. So.
Also, I got a text from Nicole saying that she wants to do a TCM screening at this theater there that's celebrating its 100th year anniversary.
Oh, Kentucky Theater.
Yeah, and she asked me if I'd be interested in doing it, and I said yes. You know, anything you want, anytime.
Gorgeous.
You know,
it's a really pretty theater. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if it will help my Scarefest people, I'm absolutely honored to do it.
They even have a marquee, so your name would be on the marquee.
Well, it wouldn't be
in the lights.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Oh.
You know, I've seen my name in the marquee lights.
See,
Maybe I got
now you've teased that though, and now everybody in the chat room is going, "What day is that going to be on?" We don't know. It was a text message from Nicole. It's her problem.
Oh,
it's her problem.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
The only two things in life that make it worth living are Harley's tuned right and firm, feeling women. I've seen my name in the marquee lights. Yeah, that's my version.
Yeah, I've seen you feeling firm women. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, people, the answer is chances are now they tend to like to do midnight movies for us when we work with them. They're in new management and everything. Might go that direction. We don't know yet. I shouldn't even have said that. Everybody, what happened to that? But anyway, yeah. So we'll see about getting
in the works.
Whatever you want of me, I will be there.
Speaking of Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies,
I won't stay till the end of the movie if it doesn't start till midnight, but I'll be there for the beginning.
Yeah, that's actually how we met. He took half the staff of Scarefest out the night before was it the lunch party or the VIP, and they all came in hungover the next night. And I walked up in the parking lot, and then I realized how tall he was, and I said, "Nah, I better be nice." Oh, I was going to ask you. Now this is for my day job. What's it like working with a chainsaw that actually starts?
Well, Wes, that's I want to use the term oxymoron because I never really had to cut anything. Okay, you know, so I don't know. You know,
I can just tell you. Okay,
work and start
Texas Chainsaw movies, Evil Dead movies. When you see whoever pull that cord one time and that bitch fires up, you got to suspend disbelief if you've ever actually used a chainsaw.
Well, of course you do.
Total suspension of disbelief. Yeah.
It's called movie magic.
All right.
And also remember this. Also remember this. The chainsaw in the body pit. I don't believe a gasoline-powered engine will work underwater.
No. And probably will void the warranty.
I'd say so.
Okay, one last thing. And that's because we're such nice people on this show. We let you do this. Do you have any convention appearances coming up in the next couple of months?
Yes, I do. I'm doing the third weekend of August. I'm doing Dark History and Horror Con in Champaign, Illinois. The next weekend after that, I'm doing, I don't know what it is. It's not a horror convention. It's not a Comic-Con. It's something at Foxwood Casino. And I mean, they're going to have car shows there and all kinds of stuff. But I believe that's the last weekend of August. And then I don't know what else.
Well,
yeah, Dark History. Hang on.
I didn't want to put you on the spot there, but
huh?
I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Well, I can never remember this shit, Wes. You know,
He's secretary for that.
I wait for my people to tell me. You know, don't forget you're going to Champaign, Illinois on the 19th. Okay, yeah.
Well, everybody, we're at the top of the hour. We're going to call it an evening. Thank you for watching Scarefest TV. And remember, don't practice killing people. See you next week.
Yeah, don't practice.
Art. Yeah.